Good morning, all of you. We are discussing organized and unorganized sectors. We have seen the key features of organized and unorganized sectors. Okay, we have also seen the workers from the unorganized sector are suffering too much. They are not getting the proper wage. There is no paid holidays. Okay, we have discussed many things. Here, in this lesson, we will learn how to protect these workers or how to protect the workers in unorganized sector. Okay, here the government can act to protect the workers in the unorganized sector. Government can fix the minimum wages and working hours. Government can fix the minimum wages. Unless the government fix the minimum wages, the employer will try to exploit these workers. So government should try to fix the minimum wages and the working hours. We have seen already that the workers in unorganized sector are working more time than the workers in the organized sector. So the government should try to fix their working hours. Then farmers should be supported through providing agricultural inputs. Government can support the farmers providing the agricultural inputs such as the seeds, credits, storage and marketing facilities. Government can provide seeds with a low rate and credits means the cheap agricultural credits or loans. Then government should try to host the storage facilities and marketing facilities. Then only these laborers from the unorganized sector able to buy their agricultural inputs. We also discussed earlier the storage facility is very important. If they keep their products in this storage system, they can sell their product when the price is high. Unless there is storage facility, they have to sell their product soon after collecting from the plants. So it will lead to the loss of money and etc. And also the marketing facilities should be there. So government can do all these activities. Then the third one, government can provide cheap basic services like education, health and food to all these workers. We have already seen that these laborers from unorganized sector are earning very less. So it is very hard to them to meet their daily needs. Their earnings are not sufficient to meet their education and health and food needs. Next, the government can take steps to avoid social discrimination for the workers from scheduled castes, tribes, and backward communities. The people from scheduled castes, scheduled tribes are always facing the social discriminations. So it is the duty of the government to take the necessary steps to avoid such social discriminations. Then next, how to protect the people or the workers in the unorganized sector. That is, government can make new laws to provide paid overtimes, to provide paid leaves and paid leaves for sickness. So government can make new laws to provide paid overtimes We have seen already the workers in unorganized sector not getting overtime payment for their overwork. But at the same time, the workers in organized sector are paid for their overtime work. And also, we have seen that the workers in organized sector enjoying the paid leaves. And we have also discussed that the workers in unorganized sector is not enjoying the paid leaves. If they want to take the leave, the day's wage will be deducted from the total salary. Public and private sectors. Now we will learn what is the public sector and what is the private sector. This is the another way of classifying the economic activities. Okay, what is the public sector? Here in the public sector, the property or the asset is owned by the government. The property or asset is owned by the government, but it is used to provide the service to the people. For example, railway or post office. Once again, in public sector, the asset or the property is owned by the government, but it is used to provide the services to the people or the citizen of a country. For example, railway, then post office. Okay, what is the private sector? In the private sector, the asset or the property is owned by private individuals. In the private sector, the asset or the property is owned by private individuals. For example, Tata Iron and Steel Company Limited. Here the activities in private sector are to earn profit. The activities mainly based on here profit. To get the service in private sector, we have to pay money to the individuals or the companies. So private sector means it need money to get the services. Here the asset or the property is owned by the private individuals or company. Okay, it is mainly running based on the profit. The purpose of the public sector is not to earn profit. It is the service to the people. So the purpose of the public sector is not the profit. It is mainly based on the service to the people. There are large number of activities which are the responsibility of the government. For example, health and education. Health and education, these are the responsibility of the government. So this is the duty of the government. Government have to host maximum infrastructural facilities in the case of education and health. The size of the illiterate population of India, that is largest in the world. Similarly, half of Indian children are not able to get nutritious foods. We have read about infant mortality rates. You know, the infant mortality rate of Odisha, that is 53. In Madhya Pradesh, it is 56. That is higher than that of the poorest regions of the world. So these are the responsibility of the governments. Also, our government is doing all the necessary steps to sort down all these issues. So here we have discussed the measures which can be taken by the government to protect the workers in unorganized sector. First, we have discussed the government can fix the minimum wages and working hours. Then I told you farmers should be supported through providing agricultural inputs like seeds, credits, storage facilities, and also the marketing facilities. Then we have discussed the government can provide cheap basic services like education, health, food to these workers. Then I told you the steps should be taken to avoid social discrimination for the workers from scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and other backward communities. I told you government can make new laws to provide paid overtimes, paid leaves, and paid leaves for sickness. Okay, we have discussed the public and private sector. I told you in the public sector the property or asset is owned by the government, but it is used to provide service to the people. For example, railway, post office. But what is the private sector? Here in private sector, the asset or the property is owned by the private individual. It is running based on the profit. To get the service in the private sector, we have to pay. Okay? Thank you. Thank you all.